I guess, a little more relaxed.
All right.
Although apparently the event I decided to go to after I decided to go out and about on the town apparently turned into a terrorism attack.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we can't have nice things.
What? Why do you think I suspended you yesterday?
I'm going to be honest, I'm a little unclear, but I
Okay.
accepted your decision and took the day.
Okay. So this, I'll go ahead and it is, as a member of command, my expectation is, you manage the marshals under you, the deputies, the recruits, whatever that is. That if there are problems and concerns, you attempt to address them as best you can, and then let me know if there is trouble doing so, right? Or whatever the status may be. Hey, so and so needed to be suspended, or hey, this person's a problem, whatever. When it comes to your peers, a working relationship is necessary. It is not only necessary, it is required. Not everyone's going to work well with each other. However, if there are concerns with your peers, they should be resolved between both parties. You have any issues with Blunt? You have any issues with, whatever it might be? You sit them down. You have a dialogue over it. If you agree to disagree, so be it. And if it requires my attention in order to resolve that, then I should be looped in. However, what should not happen, which started to occur yesterday, is turning what is the sharing of your opinion into whatever the hell that was. That was extremely out of line. So,
I'm confused, Director. What did it turn into? Because I was under the impression I was
you
just
started
sharing.
to speak over me, and you started screaming, and you were demanding a demotion of your peer, which is outside of your
Whoa,
purview.
I'm sorry if that was taken that way. That was not my intention at all. I think Luca's a decent person, and that he may have just. That's why I was bringing it to you, because I was concerned. Whenever
Do you remember raising your voice?
I remember raising my voice because in what it felt like was I was trying to bring you a concern, and your response was stay in your lane. And it felt like you were telling me not to bring you concerns about my peers. And if not you, then what should be done about those?
Bringing up concerns is what you should be doing. However, there is a way that you bring up those concerns, right? That to me, quite frankly, seemed like a crash out mixed with demands. And when I tried to get you to kind of calm down a bit, you started to get louder and started to get way out of line. Right?
I apologize. My frustrations were not with Luca. It was honestly with the response it felt like I was getting from you. But if that's the direction we would like to go, I can.
It's not a direction.
Adjust.
It's not a direction thing, Springfield. I think we need to figure out how you communicate those concerns, and that's the thing that I want you working on. So let's try again. What were your concerns?
The concerns I had were of Luca in the command position, and the perception as such, in that almost nobody from the conversations I've had with people, people often forget that Luca's even command. And when I talked over with Blunt, we had a discussion about it. About, it actually came up because we were talking about the command meeting. And we both even forgot about Luca. And it got me thinking to look into what his activity has been to promote him as a fellow
Oh
command
boy.
lead.
I think she still doesn't get it.
And that's when I realized he hasn't written. It was a concern of being like, I understand we all have different ways of work, but when you haven't written a single statement on your own in more than 2 months, it was, hey, that's concerning to me.
Okay.
I mean, do I expect people to write the reports that I do or Blunt does? Absolutely not. And it was more, I was trying to come to you because I'm concerned. Like, is he meeting the expectations of the position when a lot of people constantly forget he's even a part of command?
Okay. So
And how do I address this?
after you relay that information and I tell you that I've got that handled, it does not need to go beyond that.
No, I get you. I, I I apologize. It's been a day since then, and I've kind of had a stressful day. But if I remember the reason and maybe I misheard you, was that your response to that was, it was not, I'm going to handle it. It was, stay in your lane.
It was when
And
you
it was
said
like,
he should be demoted.
I honestly don't recall saying that because that's not my opinion at all. I don't want
It was
anyone to lose
something
their
along
job.
those lines.
I would love for everybody to do better.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm doing wrong, if I'm messing something up, it should be addressed so I can fix it. That should be everyone's.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Are you aware that Jenna and in turn Ventura had issues with you removing something from a report?
You told, I didn't know it
Yeah.
was Jenna and
It turned into a pretty
Ventura.
big
You told
shit
me
show.
something about, it was about the Lang Buddha
Yes.
thing, right?
And it expanded into the most retarded opinion, which is that the scene lead apparently has no control over what happens with the report, but rather someone who picks up. The claim was that was my evidence. Now, I'm not going to go any deeper than that, but it's just a critical failure of understanding of basic procedure. But you were shielded from that conversation because the conversation got much bigger than you. But in that same light, you are not brought into that conversation despite you being their peer. And what I'm trying to convey here, Springfield, using that as an example, is that you bringing to my attention that, hey, I'm concerned about, people aren't seeing Luca around, or I've noticed the reports. You leave it at that, and then you let me handle it from there. I think, and there are reasons that I may have different expectations from him than I may have of you, right?
Yeah.
Everyone in this department brings something different to the table. And and Luca has been spoken to, but and he's looking for further assistance. Have you spoken to Luca at all?
I haven't been able to meet with him face to face in a while.
Okay. Have you tried to get in communication with him?
Not through my tablet or anything, no.
Okay. Have you tried to get folks to give him more things to do?
No, I've kind of assumed y'all were busy as hell on these shifts.
Okay. Are you aware of him and Rooker spending damn near a week doing all those raids and him organizing it all?
I was aware of him and Rooker doing operations together. I wasn't aware of exactly which operations.
Okay. Are you aware of all the antenna work that they've been doing?
I have not.
Okay. So what I'm describing here is this is why I handle it, right? Bringing up a concern to me like, hey, I'm noticing he doesn't, have any reports or like people that, X, Y, and Z. You leave it with that and then you leave it with me, right?
No, it's understandable.
Okay. So my biggest job and my role is to look after each one of the marshals. I know what you guys are up to. Some things I might miss, and bringing it up to me as a concern is perfectly valid. But I demand no one raise their voice. I demand discipline. And if I'm not getting that from my direct marshal, then I can expect that they're probably not instilling that to those under them. So,
understood.
Yeah.
Sorry for stepping out of line, Director.
Yeah.
It's admittedly still an adjustment period. The last time I was in a position of this, things were handled much differently.
Yeah.
And I'm adjusting. And
yeah.
I will continue to adapt. And if I don't, I will accept any adjustments you need to make.
Okay. If things are too much, if you've got too much, if there's things that you need to communicate, and you can't reach me, it can be done by email, which you have done in the past, which is, don't let these things bottle up and know that, you have a fraction. I deal with managing the department, right? And there is a lot of compartmentalization, and because there is so much going on and it's unreasonable that everyone is going to know everything, which means people have to communicate with each other if there are perceptions of misunderstandings or perceptions of something being done wrong. And it is my job to make sure that if some of y'all need one another and can't communicate, for me to fill that gap, right? Okay, awesome. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Jessica?
I'm thinking. I'm just waking up, so I'm trying to.
Take your time. Give me a call when you're woke up. I'm still waking up myself as well. We don't got to do it all right now.
Sounds good.
Okay. Luca is looking for work. He himself told me that he comes on duty when shit's ending, like all the big crazy shit, and he's looking for things to do. So if there are areas that you are overwhelmed with, you can always send it his way. And I will tell you what I told McAllister yesterday as well, is that we cannot solve every crime in the city. Some of them we need to either just reduce the charges or drop the cases completely. And those are things that we should be collectively evaluating. Like McAllister and we need a way to drop shit because we cannot solve it all, right? We have to prioritize the most important things and the things that we have the most evidence of.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm to a point on night shift that if something just seems like I just can't handle it, but there might be something there, I'm passing it on to local PD.
Yep. Got to save your energy for
the ball on it, but
yeah. It's important to do that because when shit actually hits the fan, we need the battery full, right? So
yeah,
easy. And just to kind of double down on Luca here, McAllister may have wrote the subpoenas and whatnot, but Luca and Rooker are spent a crack amount of time making sure that was all sorted out right. It was a team effort there. So, we need their battery full because shit's gonna fucking start hitting the fan here soon. Maybe even today. All right. Talk to you soon.
Please don't jinx us, Director.
Not a jinx. It's just based on history.